I'll get a big screen. All right, hello, welcome everybody, and I really appreciate everybody taking their time out of the day to join me here with my special guest, Mr. Aaron. I'm going to try and say this. I've been practicing all week now. I can't say it. Saskowitz, Aaron Saskowitz.
Close, Shokovic.
Close, but no cigar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do we pronounce it?
Shokovic.
Shokovic,
yeah.
That sounds better.
You'd never guess it looking at it though, would you?
Well, and I've looked at it sometimes. So it is. Oh, well, terrific. Well, it is really great to have you here with me today. And the reason why I wanted to have this interview with you is to bring around a little bit more awareness to people who are either already involved with affiliate marketing and not getting the results that they wanted to, or people who are contemplating getting started in affiliate marketing, what to do, how to do, where to get started, because can be a bit of a landmine out there, not knowing exactly where to go. So it's a good idea to be able to team up with somebody, be able to understand what steps to take, what is required really, because it's not all plain sailing, and you need to know where to go, how to get yourself set up. So for all those joining us, if you can put a hashtag live down, let me know where you're from, where we're reaching out to. That'll be fantastic. And also thank you all of those who are watching the replay. Again, if you can put hashtag replay, and again, let me know where you're at. Let me know where you're coming in from. And let's kick the ball rolling. So, Aaron, just to start off, I know it's a little bit confusing. We're both named Aaron. What are the chances?
Yeah.
Great name. But if you can just sort of like give me a bit of background on you, a bit of like what got you started into affiliate marketing.
Yeah, sure. So thanks for having me on, man. Really appreciate it. And everybody, tuned in live replay. Appreciate all you guys. So I guess a bit of background for me, for those of you who don't know, I worked in construction, for better part of 10 years before I got started with affiliate marketing. And I guess what really pushed me into even just looking for something else is the fact that I was using my body to make money. And that's something that I hit, 25 years old, and I sort of started having these thoughts that I can't do this forever. There's going to be a day where my shoulders are so bad I can't lift them up if I kept doing what I was doing. And that was a pretty scary thought for me. So I kept pushing through it, for years and years until it hit 2019, and I hit this big sort of low point in my construction career where I realized the fact that I couldn't continue to do this. The injuries started to mount up. I had a bad shoulder, I had a bad hip, I'd broken my foot. I'd cut through my hand multiple times, and it really started to sink in that I could not do this for much longer. So I started to look for other ways, and that's what initially pushed me into just looking for anything, like any way to make money online, because at the time that was the goal. Is I just wanted to get out of the job and just be able to work from home, watch Netflix and make money, essentially. So that really started that search. Yeah. Well, I got an affiliate link now. I'm joking. So, I started the search, went down the rabbit hole, as we've all done on YouTube, all kinds of crazy different little side hustles we can use to make money online. And I was pretty close on doing trading. I was like, all right, I want to be a day trader. But then I saw this thing called affiliate marketing, and I was like, hang on, I don't need a product. I don't need an audience. I can build it as I go. And I can earn while I'm learning to do this. That's pretty cool. That sounds like a great place to start online, build up these skills that I need, and then take another look and decide where I want to go with it. So that was what got me into affiliate marketing. That was December 2019 when I first decided, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give affiliate marketing a shot.
Okay. And then from there, what your progress within it, was it something that happened overnight for you, overnight success as people talk about?
No. I guess my success was, it did happen a little bit faster than what a lot of people will see. And I think there was various reasons for that, but no, it was not overnight. Absolutely not. I, December 2019 started a blog and was putting in 80 hours. I was on summer holidays from work. Cause in construction, we don't work over Christmas. So, I was putting in 80 hours on my blog a week for a whole month. and got absolutely no traffic to it at all, like none, no clicks. The only clicks were my clicks. So that was devastating. Like I really burnt myself out working so hard on that, and to have no results, I was like, well, all right, I guess that doesn't work. So I jumped onto the next thing. So I jumped onto some solo ads and some, funnels, some ClickBank products, tried to promote that, spent $3.5K on solo ads, made $30 back. So I was like, all right, well, this isn't working. I need to find something that's going to work for me. I can't afford to keep pouring this money in. And that was when that brings me through to January 2020, where I initially found high ticket affiliate marketing. Okay. And that started my journey with high ticket. So, and I guess, look, even my success wasn't overnight with high ticket. It took me a good sort of 6 months to really gain some traction.
Yeah. And when you mentioned there before, like you were working like construction, so like full time, 40 plus hours a week, backbreaking work. You wanted to get it out of that, change your lifestyle, and for you, it was a case of having to. Yep. And then from there, with your blog, 80 hours a week. So I mean, you double your work hour for less money, and then came across affiliate marketing. So I mean, like, once you found the affiliate marketing and you saw the results coming in from there, I mean, what changed for you? What was your why?
Look, I had a couple of different whys, and I guess the first one stemmed back from why I was not happy in construction. And it was the fact that, I was trading I was using my body and destroying that for a paycheck. But on top of that, like, it just was so unfulfilling. It was just like, I used to do, gyprock or drywall, depending on where you're in the world. And we're just putting sheets on a wall all day, every day. It was very, very mind-numbing work. It was unfulfilling. I wanted something that was a little bit more of a challenge. So I guess that was my initial why, is that, like, I'm not happy here. I know I'm not happy here and I need something else. But then it got a lot more serious in January 2020 when I found out about my injury that I had in my neck and my shoulder and my hip all at once. So I found out I was riddled with injuries from my job and I could no longer work in construction ever again. Okay. And that was my do or die moment. That was like, all right, this has to work. And that was my really big driving why. So there was the underlying reasons for me already. I wanted freedom. I wanted to be fulfilled. But this injury was like the big why in front of me. It was like, you have to make this work. Right. Or you're in trouble.
Yeah. And like from that, I mean, did you have a fear of what was going to, what may possibly happen, like with going online with affiliate marketing?
Yeah, a lot of fear. It's totally different. Like, a lot of people see me hosting webinars or doing Facebook Lives now and think I'm a massive extrovert. I've always been on camera. I still don't like having my picture taken. I still feel awkward. It's not something that comes natural to me at all. So this was a massive step out of my comfort zone, like a huge step out of my comfort zone. A lot of fear because I had savings, but it wasn't going to get us through a year. I've got a mortgage, I've got car payments, we've got bills to pay. And I knew that wasn't going to get me through a whole year. So there was a little bit of security knowing that I'd be okay for a few months. But if it wasn't working after a few months, we had a big problem because those savings were going to disappear. And yeah, look, it was really scary. It was a huge leap. I spent probably 30 days thinking about what my next move was, because I could have gone to work in a store in, Kmart or for the Aussies or Bunnings or something like that. But I decided not to. And that took a lot of like thinking and that. But then there was a big leap of faith. Like, I can only think about it so much. I had no idea how this was going to go. So yeah, there was a lot of fear for me, man. It was very scary making that leap into something totally new.
Right. And like you said that you took that leap of faith. Was that in, like, I guess, two kinds of faith, belief? One, in yourself, and number two, in what it was that you were investing in.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It took some faith in both, 100%, because you know what I mean? If you've never seen any proof of this system, it's going to be pretty tough to put your faith in it and to trust that it works, because who knows if it works, right? But because when I jumped into a really high quality mastermind. I saw people around me succeeding every day. That really helped keep that high. Like, even before I jumped in, I saw that people were killing it. I knew that this worked. So that helped keep my my confidence in that really high.
Right.
Myself as well is huge, because we've all got those thoughts, you're not good enough to do this. Maybe you're just not cut out for it. I still have them. It never goes away. It's a constant battle, but I decided to ignore them and to go for it.
Great, because that brings me on to another question in regards with mindset, and how important is mindset when it comes to doing something like this, even for any business, really.
Yeah, and for a lot of things in life, isn't it? Any skill that we want to develop or anything, that's something I learn every year older I get. I learn that, and that gets reinforced even more so for me. That mindset is really huge. Look, strategic, I've heard people say 80-20, and I'm inclined to maybe agree with that sort of a ratio where mindset is 80% and your actual strategy is 20%, because the strategy, right, is proven. It works. Yeah, it takes a little while to get your head around it and to be implementing it perfectly, but we know it works. That's 20%. That's the small part, but being able to show up daily, even when you're not getting results, even when you don't feel like it, even when you've been busy with your day job and you just don't want to put in the work, is the hardest part. And at the end of the day, if you're not going to get out of bed and show up, you're not going to get results. So that's huge. Mindset is massive.
That's it. And I recently put a post on, and it was similar to that. It was, systems work, people don't. And I understand, people work to put those systems in place. But as you said, it's an 80-20, because 80% that system does work. It comes to the people coming into it. They have to commit to it to be able to make that work and continue with it. Yeah.
100%. And that commitment, I think that's a big word that you just said there. And that's something I really drill in, like making a commitment. I did another interview a couple of days ago, and someone asked me something about that, something similar. And I said, like, the commitment is just so, so important. Like being able to say, I'm going to commit to whatever it is, 6, 12, 24 months, whatever it is for you, but commit to a minimum of 6 months. And look, something that an early mentor of mine said that I found really, really helpful is work that period. So if you've committed to 12 months, you need to work that 12 months like it's your last 12 months on earth to work. Like you really need to give it everything. And if you can really put your head down for those 12 months, not half-ass it, but really give it everything you've got for 12 months, your life will change.
You're right. And I think that's key in itself, is that commitment to put yourself in it. And I've heard other people say that you've got to go all in.
Yep.
And a lot of people say, I want to dabble in this, or I want this as a side hustle. But there's, again, that's a mindset thing. It's, well, if you want this to be your main thing, you have to treat it like your main thing and make it happen.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, you've coined that perfectly. Yeah, like if you want this to be your full-time thing, then you need to give it everything. If you're just looking for a couple of $100 a month as an extra side hustle, you can probably half-ass it and you'll probably still get to that level. But if you really want to see some life-changing results and make this your main thing, you do need to put everything you've got into it.
So in saying that, I mean, like how much, and I guess it would differ for many different people, but what sort of time constraint per day is that people would need to look at to be able to put into this? And appreciate the fact some are still working at this moment, but...
Yeah. So this is going to be different for everybody. And I think there's two things that factor in here, but to give you a shorter, maybe a little bit of a broader answer, I think you need 2 hours a day.
Okay.
I think you need 2 hours a day on this. Look, anything more is better. Obviously anything more that you can dedicate is going to be a lot better, but you need at least 2 hours. There's a lot of people sort of saying, you can do this in 30 minutes a day, 40 minutes a day, 60 minutes a day. I think that's a little bit low. I think you do need more time than that.
Yep.
But something else that does factor into the question that you just asked, how much time do you need, is it's important to recognize where we're spending that time. So somebody who's more focused on their income producing activities in their business could spend less time in their business every day because they're solely focusing on the things that are going to make them money, and they've got rid of all the fluff. So they need less time. So it gets a little bit, it's a tough question to answer, but look, if you're focused, 2 hours a day.
Yeah. And I guess that's the difference with being busy and being productive.
Yep.
And having that.
Yep.
Okay. Absolutely. So, I mean, for you, I mean, like from beginner, like building your success, I mean, online from scratch, I guess, what did you envisage when you started? I mean, how have things gone overall? from that absolute beginner stage, from not knowing anything about affiliate marketing to being like where you are now?
So initially, I think I had a similar thought train expectations to what most people probably do when they first hear about affiliate marketing. I was going to be making $1 million within the first year. I was going to hit 10K my first month, and I was going to make $1 million my first year. That quickly changed when I realized this was a business just like any other. I had none of the skills I needed, and it was going to take time to build. So about 3 months after that, my mindset adjusted and actually went the complete opposite. So I put things in perspective for myself, and I said, look, if I can make this work in 4 years, because that 4 years in Australia, as you'll know, is an apprenticeship. So if I was going to go learn a less hands-on trade and I could do maybe sit in the office as a Sparky or something like that, it was going to take me 4 years to even learn those skills. So I figured if I could replace my old income in 4 years with affiliate marketing, it was still worth it, right? Because I got to work from home. I spent the same amount as I would have learning another skill, but I don't have to go to work anymore. It's my business. So that's where my perspective changed after a couple of months of realizing that this is a long-term business. And if you're looking to build, you're not just trying to get in and out and make a bunch of money. You want to help people. You want to get in and build something sustainable. It was going to take a little bit more time, and I was prepared to put 4 years into it. Now, obviously, it didn't take me 4 years, so it exceeded all of my expectations then. And yeah, I was able to hit my first $20,000 month was my 6th month online. So
6 months,
for
a $20,000 month.
Incredible,
that's huge. That must have brought more than a smile to your face when you did that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And not even about the money, just about, 2 months after that, my girlfriend quit her job. She still doesn't need a job. We both work from home. The freedom to take a day off and go do stuff when we want to together. It means so much more than money to me. It was never about the money. It was about the freedom that I can create for myself and the people I love. So.
And that's so important, isn't it? Because the money is good and people do focus on the money side of it, but it's the choices that money gives you. And, from wherever you are in the world, what it's going to take for you to be able to have that, to be able to, get up at whatever time it is that you want to, not have to work like in a cubicle or, work for somebody else 40 plus hours a week. Some people work up much, much more than that. And, they've got no choice in what they do. And I think, you look around what's happening in the world today, there's no job security, absolutely no job security. And I don't think it came about just because of the pandemic. I believe that was that way before that. But this has just really spurred that on. And it's like, wow, what happens if tomorrow I wake up and I get told there's no job? Where to from there? And it's like a kick in the pants to say, well, there are other things out there. Go out, learn about it, educate yourself about it, and be able to create that lifestyle that you want.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's really, really powerful what you said there. Is it's about it gives you the power of choice, and you're absolutely right. Yeah. That's what this is all about. Yeah.
Exactly. And now, like from you, you've gone from absolute beginner, didn't know anything about affiliate marketing, and now you've gone, becoming a coach to help other people be able to achieve their freedom, their lifestyle that they want. Did you see that developing when you started out?
No. No, I would have never predicted it, to be honest. No, it's not something a direction I didn't want to head in. It's just not a direction I had necessarily considered. Which is the cool thing, right, about affiliate marketing is that when you can learn how to sell and market online, make connections with people, create campaigns that make money, the online world is, as my mentor said to me once, the online world is your oyster. The choice is yours. You can go in any direction you like. And that's the most exciting part, is that I never thought I would end up where I am now. Never thought I'd be coaching. I thought I'd be an affiliate forever, but here we are. And that's again, the power of choice.
Well, it is. And I just want to bring up this comment from Chris. Thanks very much, Chris, for joining us. Money is irrelevant if you don't have the time to enjoy it. So there's a couple of great things in there. Time is one thing we all have exactly the same of every single day, 86,400 seconds per day. We can't bank it. We can't store it. We can't take it over to the next day. So everything that we do with that time is important. And, you've got to understand what's important to you. And again, this is all choices. We are where we are in our world from every other choice that we've made within our life. We are now where we are. So if you want to change things, you've got to start making choices. You've got to start making the right choices. And, that way you can have that time.
Yeah, 100%. That's something that was drilled into me from early on, I guess, I used to work 2-3 jobs at one point, as a personal trainer, as well as a full-time plasterer or gyprocker or drywaller. And I was making more money than I'd ever made before, but I was so deeply unhappy because of exactly what you said in that comment, Chris, is that I had no time. Like, I was not free. I was a slave. I was making a lot of money, but it meant nothing to me because I couldn't enjoy it. So,
yeah. And that's it, like you speak to people each day and it's like, well, you've got a choice. You can either invest in yourself in here, and this is really what people are doing, is learning how to invest in themselves, believe in themselves. Like you mentioned before, 2 things. You need to believe in yourself, you need to believe in the product that you're working with. And if you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect others to believe in you? And you've got to be able to take that stand and be able to invest in yourself to create the lifestyle for yourself. And you say, well, yeah, you can go and get a second job, third job, but again, what's that doing for you? Apart from making you feel exhausted, you're not going to get any time with your family, your friends, or, even for yourself, just to be able to, relax and sit back and enjoy life. So it does come down to looking at things in the right perspective. Yeah. Awesome. So where do you see yourself from here? I mean, like inside of still under almost 2 years now, you've been online. Where to from here?
That's a good question. Let's find out. There's a bunch of things that I'm working on at the moment that I'm really, passionate about, that I want to continue to grow. Who knows where that's going to take me, but right now, I guess for the immediate future is very much focused on the 5-day challenge that we've created, and I'm sure a lot of people on live have probably heard of it by now. If you haven't, you're about to. But yeah, it's a 5-day challenge we created initially with the intention of selling it, but decided to just give it away for free and let's just see. Like, we'll just see what happens. But basically, it's all focused around like organic affiliate marketing, using Facebook, and how to have $1,000 days with that. Because I know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of training, a lot of claims getting thrown out there, but this is the exact strategy I use to go from, as you said, complete beginner to 6 figures in my first year online as a total beginner, like, no total extrovert, no sales, no marketing experience, nothing. But we break it down into nice, simple steps. So it's 5 days of very simple training that teaches you how you can start building a personal brand online and start promoting high ticket products to have $1,000 days. We keep it simple, nice and short and sweet, as you would have experienced being through the 5-day challenges. It's short and sweet. There's no fluff, but we're really just working on growing that out and just being able to reach more people, being able to help more people, and get people on a path to actually create some sort of financial freedom for themselves and for their families. So that's very much my focus right now, alongside with my coaching and staying on top of that and making sure, our students are progressing. So yeah, they've been my 2 big focuses.
Fantastic. And sorry, you mentioned like the 5-day challenge. It's free. What made you want to put it out there for free? I mean, there's other coaches out there charging for information like this.
I think it makes a big difference to help build for starters, right? If you want to make sales online, you need to build know, like, and trust with people. Like, they need to know you, like you, and trust you. And if you're not offering any value to anybody, you're going to struggle to sell anything online. So I guess it's a double-edged sword, right? There's 2 motives here. Number one is because there's such a low barrier of entry, we can reach more people. More people are more likely to take the training and affect some sort of change in their lives. And then beyond that, we're able to offer a lot of value for people. So those people who are interested in working with somebody more closely, are a lot more likely to take us up on our offer because we've offered a ton of value for free. So it kind of works both ways. We can reach more people and make more of an impact. And then those people who are serious about this are more likely to actually take some action on their goals.
Excellent. And you mentioned that no, like, and trust. No, like, and trust. That's so important online, right? And I just want to backtrack a little bit because I came across you, and it probably would have been, I'd say, 8 months ago, maybe even longer than that. How I came across you was through an affiliate group that I was with, and I joined up with a person that I had known for a couple of years, and with him met other people. And then with one of the ladies that I was friends with, she happened to be interviewed by you, and that brought that awareness to me. And from there was then following that. Excuse my thoughts going off. We got visitors arrived that I wasn't aware of that. So got to love lives, right? Everything and anything can happen. So it is that know, like, and trust, because from my initial, initiation with affiliate marketing was the person that I signed up with was because I knew them. I understood them. We're synced in a way. Then I met this other person who, again, was a fantastic leader like yourself, being out there to help people grow, giving people that knowledge, giving people that skill set, and progressing. And then I saw you interview her, and again, what you were saying, what you were doing, you put out that persona, and then it was just connecting with you, talking with you, and then moving forward from there. So it is really important, and I think some people think or may think that you come into affiliate marketing, you start putting things out, and bang, you're going to make sales each and every day because of the people that you're meeting day one. But it's not like that. You've got to build up that trust. You've got to let them get to know you, like you, and trust both you and the product that you're involved in.
Yeah, very important. And I think the point you just made there really highlights the journey that your customers take before becoming customers. In that, like, a lot of people, as you said, sort of assume that we can do a heap of outreach, and as long as we're connecting with the right people on that very first interaction, we'll close most of those people on a sale. The reality is that that's not going to happen often. That will be, occasionally that will happen where you'll be able to close a sale right out of the gate. More often than not, this person needs to be indoctrinated into your world. They need to get to know who you are, see your content, have a chat, get to know what you're about, and then they're ready to become a customer. So there's a whole journey that people take. And I think that's an important point to really spotlight there, is that it's not as simple as connecting with the right person, boom, high ticket sale, closed, next person. It's a matter of building genuine relationships with people, being genuine yourself, and transparent about things, and documenting your journey, sharing all sorts of things through your content. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make there is that, there is a whole journey, and you've just highlighted your journey that took you from, first hearing about me to working with me. And that is more often than not what happens.
Well, that's it, and it is a journey, and that's it. We're in a marathon here. We're not in a sprint. And you mentioned that earlier on. People can come in, they can make a few quick sales and all of that, but then something happens, they fizzle out, and it's why. And people need to understand that it is going to take a little bit of work to create and build. And even from yourself, I mean, income wise, hey, not everybody's going to achieve things like what you've been able to achieve. Some might be able to achieve more in a shorter amount of time, but it's all relevant to them. It's all what it is that they're looking for to be able to build that, and the amount of work that they put into it. So a little bit of a disclaimer there, but it takes work. You got to dedicate, you got to commit, and you got to be prepared to do that groundwork to be able to get those results.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And something that you mentioned in there was perspective. And it's important to keep this in perspective, because this is something my mentor really drilled into me from the beginning. And I think it's really useful, is that like in the online world, the online marketing world, there's crazy numbers getting thrown around, 20K a month. Oh yeah, that's not bad. 50K. Oh yeah, good on you. That's all right. But let's put this in perspective. Like, what job do you know where you can earn 50 grand a month? Or what business can you start from scratch with under $5,000 startup and reach a $50,000 a month in your first 18 months?
Yep.
I can't think of one. Like it's crazy. You know, it happens. There's exceptions to this rule, but it's important to put this in perspective and to realize that 10K a month being the golden standard, you know, if you're not there, it's like you're not making much. That's a lot of money. But especially here in Australia, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, so even like, you know, people who are at the $3,000 and $4,000 mark a month and feel like, you know, they're not doing very well, that's a full-time wage. That's a lot of money. And especially if you've been able to do that in a year or two, that's very fast progress. So I think it's important to keep perspective around this. Like, yes, there's some crazy numbers getting thrown around in online business, but let's throw this back and compare it to any other, you know, brick and mortar business or job that you can get. It's going to be very hard to reach six figures in a year or two doing anything else. So it's important just to keep perspective around that.
Absolutely. And another good point, or a couple of good points here. You talk about the brick and mortar. You talk about investment, you know, for under 5,000. Now, some people may think, you know, 5,000, that's a lot of money, right? But you've put that in perspective as well, as like that earning potential, 10,000, 15, 20,000, even 5,000 per month return on that is huge. And when you compare, like looking at a brick and mortar business, I mean, huge overheads there. Your rents, your insurances, your electricity, I mean, staffing, all things like that, payroll, all of those things add up. You know, to create a brick and mortar business, you could be looking at, you know, $20,000 to $50,000 to $100,000 setup. Going online, creating, you know, your online presence, get involved with an affiliate. Yeah, I mean, high ticket, you may be investing $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 to be able to do that. But it's understanding, well, this can happen a lot sooner. You've got a bigger audience. You're online. So, I mean, 7 billion people in the world, 2 billion people, you know, within Facebook, using Facebook each and every day. That's a huge audience. Where in the brick and mortar business are you going to be able to connect with 2 billion people on a daily basis?
Yep.
You know, that's going to be very difficult. And you mentioned something earlier on. We didn't go into that. I mean, what you teach is all about organic marketing. So you're not doing paid ads. You know, you're not outlaying further investment. It's about promoting you as your brand. You are your business, and you can do that from, you know, with no paid ads at all. And that's a huge turnaround.
Huge, isn't it? No overheads, no software, there's no tech, there's no,
Fabulous. And you mentioned there about a mentor. Now, this is a big question I come up with from a lot of people is, well, why do I need a mentor? What do I need a coach for? What's your perspective on that?
Look, I think, do you need a coach? You know, some people may disagree. You may disagree with this. Do you need a coach? No, you don't need a coach. You could make it alone, possibly. Maybe you won't. Maybe it'll take you a year. Maybe it'll take you 5. But it's going to be painful. I can guarantee you that. It's going to be painful because you can even if you bought the best program out there without a mentor, you bought the best program out there and you followed the steps, things break. Things don't go according to plan. You've got questions. You hit speed humps. You have mindset issues. There's always going to be something. And that's where a coach comes in. A coach keeps you accountable, keeps you on track. No, stop doing that. You need to do this. Or keep doing that and ignore the other stuff. You know, this is the issue. You know, like a coach has done what you're trying to do and he's able to pick up on these things and condense timelines, essentially. And that's the way I view having a coach is it's going to cost you more time or more money. Either you can go at this alone and I'm not saying you won't make it. A lot of people don't, but maybe you will. Maybe it'll take you 2 or 3 years or 4 years. But with a coach, we can condense that timeline because you've got somebody who's done what you want to do, telling you what you need to do, following in their footsteps. There's someone to bounce questions off. If you're having a mindset problem, a bad day, you need some accountability. That's what they're there for. So it just massively condenses these timelines by having access to someone who's done exactly what you want to do.
Absolutely. And like I look at it in the point of view is like even like top athletes. You know, you look at Usain Bolt and things like that. You know, we've practiced for 4 years to go and run under 10 seconds. He's a master of what he did and what he was able to achieve. But he had coaches, physical coaches, running coaches, mental coaches for mental health and things like that. So these top athletes and top business people invest in themselves to have mentors, coaches. Then why are we as amateurs not doing it? If you want to succeed, you want to put yourself in the best place possible. You need to invest in that.
Yeah, perfect. Like it literally, what I got out of that is like, I want to simplify that and say success leaves clues. Like, and you see all these successful people in the world, none of them are self-made, right? They've all had, probably not the right term to use, but none of them did this alone. They've all had help. They've all had coaches and mentors. Nobody gets to the top completely alone.
Exactly.
All these successful people have a coach. So I think that's success leaves clues. Definitely.
That's it. And an overnight success could be 10 years in the making. It's not necessarily overnight. So it is very different, very different. All right. And look, I mean, for everybody who's, joined us today, people who are watching the replay, again, thank you very much for taking time out of your day and doing this. And thank you, Aaron, for, giving it your time today to join me here. If you're looking at being able to take yourself to the next level, you're looking at being able to, partner up with Aaron and look at being able to either start your affiliate marketing business or to put your affiliate marketing business in the right step, then put a hashtag 5DC in the comments below. And I'll respond to you and let you know about Aaron's challenge, because it is fantastic. There's a great lot of support and a great lot of knowledge within that's going to be able to help you move forward in what it is that you want to pursue with your online business, your online affiliate, creating that lifestyle that you want to create, that lifestyle that you're yearning for, to take you away where, hey, who knows, within a short period of time, you may be able to leave your 9-to-5 job. But, give yourself more time, give yourself more choices in life. On that note, Aaron, have you got any other final things to say? And I'll put it out there for those who are with us at the moment. If you've got any questions, if you can put a question in the comments, and if we've got a little bit of time, we'll ask Aaron those questions.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, happy to answer a few questions if anybody does have any. But I guess final words is something we've already said. It's make the commitment. Like, do you really want this? Do you really want it? Ask yourself. If you really want it, then make the time and make it happen. Don't settle for anything else. Set the 12-month goal and commit and work your ass off. Work like this is your last year to work, and your entire life will change. And that's it. Like this, the only way this doesn't work is if you quit. Like you stop.
That's it.
Like that's you stop, it doesn't work. You keep going, you will find a way. It may not happen as quickly, it may not happen as easily as you'd hope, but it will happen as long as you stick at it. So make that commitment and just stick to it. Keep that promise to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it. You said there about the only way it's not going to work is if you quit. And I think Michael Jordan said, you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So to be able to make this happen, to be able to make this work for you, you've got to get involved. You can't sit on the sideline and watch it and expect to win. You've got to invest in yourself. You've got to be able to get into it and, take control of your life. I mean, that's the big thing that we're looking at, is people to be able to take that control back and really set about what it is that they want to create, where it is that they want to be, whether it be 12 months down the track or 5 years down the track. But, have that clarity within yourself and go for that, because, hey, look, you can sit in your 9-to-5 for the next 10 years and there's no guarantee that you're going to make it. None at all. And that's with life. There's no guarantee in life apart from death and taxes. That's really about it. Not exactly the most cheerful ones, but I mean that's the guarantee. And the guarantee, if you don't take action on stuff, you're not going to be able to see results. So it's all about taking that action. So So I just happened to look just to see if there was any other questions. Chris has written, great interview, tons of value there. Thanks very much. So thank you, Chris, for joining.
Thanks, Chris.
Hammond, thank you very much. Veronica, really good to see you all here. Everyone else who's joined us on the live, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day or out of your evening and joining us. Aaron, thanks very much again. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you today, and I look forward to the next time that we chat. And anyone else, like I said, if you're watching the replay, you want to get involved with Aaron, you want to understand a bit more about affiliate marketing, come on board, come and join up with the 5-day challenge. It's absolutely free to join. Put a hashtag 5DC in the comments below, and I'll get back to you very soon and give you all those details needed. So do yourself a favor. You've got nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose. Have a look. All right. Thank you all very, very much. And Aaron, if you can just stick around, I'll have a quick chat and then enjoy your day.
Perfect. See you guys.
Fantastic. Thanks very much.